That's good.
Welcome back to the Fifthunit podcast. Today we're in Greece. The weather is lovely. It rained a little bit, but we're chilling. Chris isn't here this week, so I'm talking, which is weird. But this is who we got. Dylan.
Yeah.
Say a little bit about yourself.
I'm Dylan. I'm here in Greece, chilling with the boys.
And another special guest.
I'm Joe. I'm also chilling in Greece. I'm having a good one.
What team are you from, Joe?
I'm from Scruffy Boys.
Cause. And then my man, George Koliopoulos.
What's up? I'm George, with the boys, chilling in Greece, obviously.
We all just out here chilling in Greece.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The best place to be chilling right now.
Trust
By
me.
far.
Honestly.
And the fucking blessed saviour, Jurgen,
Yeah, right.
who has graciously hosted us for this fucking 2 weeks we've been in here.
Thank you for
Honestly,
the
yeah, thank you,
introduction. I'm Jurgen Joka. Friends call me Joka. This is a little stressful, but I think it can go away. I'm a native, I live here. I'm not from a team, but I'm quite interested in parkouring. That's pretty much it.
Sick, bro. Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about you, George, and your story. How did you sort of come by parkour?
Started in England when, at a very young age, I was trying to get mixed up in different people to try and see what I could get into. And I was always a fan of sports, obviously. And we came across this one thing with a friend of mine to go to one of the sessions, to start doing parkour in a session.
One of the momentum sessions.
Yeah. But old time momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What with Zach?
Zach and Will. So, and pretty much from that, we kept going to a bunch more sessions here and there in different locations, wherever we could go after school. That's when early around that stage I met Ethan. So I known Ethan for a bit longer than everyone else. Yeah. And James as well, because he was coaching at those early sessions. So I met him as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it from there. From there I just started getting more involved in the sessions, but for years now, due to the fact that I travel a lot, I can't say that I've consistently done parkour for like a number of years.
Yeah.
It's definitely been on and off for about 4 or 5 years now. But it's a sport I always love to practice no matter what stage of my life I'm at,
Yeah, bro.
obviously.
And then, so what I find really interesting about you is when you went to China. Like, you went how old were you?
I'm 16.
Yes, fucking hell.
That's mad. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you went to a kung fu school, or...
Well, it started off as... So, while still in the school, I did a lot of sports and I did a lot of acting. So we found this course that allows you to do stunt training for films.
Sick.
You pay a sum of money, of course. It's a school, and it takes students in. They help you with getting the visa. That was all right to do, and I got on a plane. It was about it was a 2-week-long decision-making process. It wasn't that long for someone to decide to move to China, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It was rather spontaneous because the moment I finished the school year, I moved to China. But
So it was quite sudden.
But unfortunately, I didn't get to finish school. So, yeah.
The school out there?
Yeah, in England.
Oh,
I haven't
England.
finised. I haven't finished any school.
No.
No,
that's
I've
not-
never
it's
done
not really
A-levels.
worth
I
it
did
anyway.
GCSEs, but never A-levels.
Yeah.
I quit halfway through.
Don't need that stuff.
Yeah, that's mad. How was it being in China as a 16-year-old?
It was incredible. I didn't feel 16.
Nah.
I really didn't feel 16. I had the independence of a lot older, being a lot older. And it was tough,
I bet.
I would say that, because we got straight into training. Obviously, I arrived, they showed me around, and the next day I was just, bam, training, let's go.
Yeah.
And that was it. You just got into this kind of trip of just training. you would wake up in the morning, kung fu. You know, you would eat your breakfast and then you would have some more training. You would have a lunchtime break where usually there would be lessons. So you could learn Chinese, about the history, calligraphy, and that kind of stuff.
Sounds intense, man.
And then we had more training, dinner, last training, and sleep. That's it.
So much training.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what it'd be like if you went to a parkour school.
Where like, were you in a what's it called? Temple there? Like, or-
Yes, I was in an official Shaolin temple.
That's
That's
so
crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
What? How long did you actually like train kung fu for? Like,
I stayed in there for around a year, almost a year, just a little bit under. And then moved on to different parts of China. Started traveling a little bit more and used Kung Fu to my advantage with shows, doing
Really?
performances for people. We would have a team together and some people would say, come to our temple. It's just reopening to the public, so we want to make a performance for the people.
Yeah.
So we'll pay you this sum of money, come perform Kung Fu for us.
That's so
And we
sick.
would come up with this routine, and we were really into it. We had all reached a really high stage in the temple, because you do these testings every month to test your forms. So the sequence of kung fu movements put in one, that is a form, and you would perform that in front of the master, and then they would judge and everything like that.
Mm.
And the team that we were with later on, we'd all kind of left the temple. We were at that time not in the temple. We were not in the best books with the temple,
Oh, really?
like rules wise. So yeah, but we were all on the level that we could easily live off kung fu.
That's crazy.
that's so sick. Would you say like, well, like, I know that it has, but like, how heavily has kung fu like impacted like your parkour style and shit like that? Like,
Massively,
Yeah,
massively,
right. It
massively.
definitely has.
Because when I moved over to China, I kind of forgot parkour. You know, I just didn't train parkour. I was training kung fu and
It
nothing
was all
else.
about kung fu, yeah.
So my body got modified to be perfect with kung fu. But in quick realization, it was obvious that it would help with parkour as well. You know?
Yeah.
I started practicing some little weird jumps in the temple and everything like that, because there were spots, as you would call
Right,
them, you
okay.
know? It had like little walls, little curbs, very big distances, so you couldn't necessarily practice your running prees or something like that.
Yeah.
So you had to just be a little bit more creative and play with the kung fu movements that were just new to me. You know, so it was a perfect opportunity to just put all of this in one and just go with it.
Yeah, fully.
It helped me with parkour, it's helped me with kung fu, you know? It's a win-win situation.
I'd say it's
So-
definitely like affected your training style
Yeah,
nowadays as
sure.
well.
For sure.
It's fucking cool.
yeah, it's very
don't see a
unique.
lot.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
very unique to anything like I've seen. It's so sick.
Big ups, insert clips here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was cool the other night. Like we've been watching a lot of Avatar on this trip, and it's like cool to see like you would always say like, oh, that's like some beautiful kung fu. Like it's like when we watch a parkour video, we'll see something we can appreciate for what it
Yeah.
really is. But like if I watched a kung fu video, I wouldn't really be able to like
Yeah.
appreciate it. Like I think it would look cool, but I wouldn't know the forms, and like it's cool that you can have that appreciation like for the art form and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really the first time I watched Kung Fu Panda right after my whole experience in China. You know, I didn't have TV or anything like that up there. Didn't watch films. I was reading books and meditating. That was my downtime. Nothing else.
Zen as fuck.
Yeah, it was incredible. I honestly believe that everyone's seeking to find, to test, not to find, to test themselves.
Right.
I wouldn't say find. You wouldn't find yourself just from that short period. That wasn't it. But to test yourself to like a new set of limits, I think it's an experience that I honestly suggest to a lot of people.
Yeah.
They should honestly do that, yeah. And you don't have to go for that long as well. You can pay for shorter classes, shorter times. So like a 3-month period, 6-month period, like a fucking 1 week period. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 1 week period. So you would be taught different things. At one stage of my being in the temple, I started helping with the students that were there for like a month or like 3 weeks or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I would teach them a form really quickly, so they knew like one form and then they would leave. But I didn't agree with that style of teaching, because I put myself down. I put myself down trying to do just the basics.
Right.
You know, I was holding off learning any forms or something like that, and I was learning the really basic movements up to the highest standard I could, which then helped later on because I would see a sequence, which is a form, and I would know the basic ones so well that I didn't need to number them.
Right.
So I would see the sequence and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine, I can do that. And I was picking up forms just like that. But forgetting them as well, like really quickly. However, that learning style has stayed with me for parkour now.
Okay.
Because I would look at a line and I'll be like, oh, cool, like, as long as I start, I should in theory be exactly where I want to be. Like, I've got it planned, you know?
Yeah.
Which is like how everyone sees parkour. But it's nice to actually have that feeling back because I haven't for so long.
Yeah.
So you mean like, yeah, I get when like sometimes when I start doing a line, I'll like start and then I don't know, it's not like I completely forget, but I kind of have like a mind blank of doing the line. You're sort of just like in your own little state, and then you come out at the end like you said, fucking.
Yeah. Just hit the tasks individually, one by one.
Yeah.
And once that one's done, it's like a tick. Look at the next bit.
Yeah.
Off you go. Tick. Next bit. Line complete.
Fucking love banging lines, eh?
It's a good time. It's a good time.
I'm saying we should all go to fucking monk school.
Monk school.
Yeah, man.
Fifthunit X.
Monks. I'm actually so up for it because you said you have a house in China as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's go stay at your yard and then go to kung fu school.
That sounds like a good time.
We wouldn't
Trust
stay
me.
in the house though if we went to the kung fu school. We would have to
Oh,
stay in
so
the
like
temple.
boarding.
Yeah.
That's even cooler.
You have to stay at the temple then if
Yeah.
you're studying Kung Fu.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You down, Jürgen?
Yeah, I'd definitely
Sick.
down for that. A 3-month period would be nice.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
A whole summer. How is it in summer in China?
It has a monsoon season,
Okay.
so it's
Oh,
where
yeah.
all the monsoon season affects only tropical countries.
Uh-huh.
Where for pretty much 3 months in the summer it rains, almost every day.
So
Actually, pretty much every day.
cool. That would be good training.
But it's like intense rain for like 2 hours, and then that's it.
Huh.
But when I'm talking about intense rain, like you need to
Floods.
you need to be in your fucking house, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I looked at going to Thailand a few years ago with some parkour boys for a trip, and we just found out it was monsoon season.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking ruined it. Man.
That's so peak.
But then it becomes hot really quickly after, so you're like,
Like humid.
it does get balanced. It does get balanced.
Yeah.
Spots do dry up. So
Yeah.
remember that.
Okay, so we don't wanna go to the too hot season. Definitely.
Even Christmas, where I was staying, it wasn't that cold. It gets cold, but it's a different kind of cold, man. I don't know how to fucking describe it to you. Honestly.
Really?
It's really weird, yeah. It's just a different kind of cold.
Can you like act how you feel in China?
That's frightening.
It's like it's hitting you from the like inside. You're like, oh, it's fucking cold now. But like for the rest of the day, you would like be like chilling, and then suddenly you're like, oh my god, like how?
Yeah, like a
You know,
shiver.
yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't know how many layers to put on. I would just put on a hoodie and be like, oh my god, why is this thing so cold?
Kind of like that here at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll get up in the morning, it'll be cold as fuck. I'll like have my full hoodie on outside and like go and have coffee and shit, and then
All of a
about
sudden
an
it's
hour
like-
it'll be like sunless. Yeah. It's been nice. Way better than England.
Oh yeah.
Way better than England.
Oh, so much better.
I always find it so funny how like you guys all wear jumpers and long trousers and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm sitting there in my shorts and t-shirt,
That's
topping up my tan.
toasty
But yeah, fucking. So that's the boys,
Yeah.
and we've been here with them for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
pretty much
pretty much
now.
2 weeks. We leave tomorrow, so this is like the end of the trip, which is fucking tragic.
That is tragic.
But it has been a mad one so far. Super spontaneous. This trip was initially supposed to be to Cyprus, but then it got on the like no-fly list, all this shit. England started going into lockdown. We were like, can't do that anymore. What other tickets are there? Where George, you were in Greece at the time, and we were trying to come out and meet him. And we just found tickets to Athens, and we all just fucking last minute booked it.
I literally booked the day before.
The day
The day
before.
the flight, I was like, ah,
Yeah,
screw English lockdown. I'm getting away from that.
yeah. We managed to escape
So here we
before
be.
we went into the restrictions.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The key thing is we like looked up, like what country would be best during like what country isn't in lockdown and like doesn't look like it's going into lockdown. And everything online said Greece is like
Greece is
restricts.
fine.
Yeah, restrictions are easing and shit like that. Literally the second day we were in Athens, there was a fat announcement saying like the whole of Greece is going back into lockdown.
Yeah.
Like you can't go outside without sending a text to the government, otherwise you get like a €300 fine, shit like that. And like, so yeah, that was a bit peak. But we managed to escape to the island that we're on now, which is Aegina.
Yeah,
And-
kid.
Big up
And-
Sergina.
Yeah, it's been fucking sick. There's like some absolutely crazy spots here that I don't think have ever been touched by anyone. Like
Genuinely.
does parkour, and we managed to stay with Jürgen, fucking lifesaver.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh
you.
god, honestly, man.
Oh, yeah, and it's way more chilled here. Like seeing like 2 policemen the entire fucking
Yeah,
time
innit?
we've been here.
Yeah, on this
Some
island, yeah.
blessed.
But I
Some
think
blessed.
Athens is quite bad
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
It's good we got out of Athens. But it's also a shame because there is good spots in Athens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Athens is also sick.
Come to Greece for training, guys.
Genuinely,
Come on,
it's a
man.
thing. I think
Help
Greece
the
is a little bit...
community in Greece.
Because obviously there's Santorini, but everyone fucking knows about Santorini.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows about Aegina.
Yeah, bro, Egina. If any of you man are trying to come to Greece, come to Egina. We'll show you the spot.
Hit me
There's
up.
this one spot.
You'll see it in the vid.
See it in
My
the
god,
vid.
is it a spot?
Yeah, this trip has been so sick. I feel like we've just been fucking fighting against all odds the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
Constantly
getting
getting-
jammy every time.
Yeah,
Pretty
literally.
sweet.
Getting flights cancelled, fucking like flights changed to like change dates,
Yeah.
lockdown happening. But it's been pang.
It's just a classic parkour trip at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
Plan to do one thing, end up doing something different.
Yeah,
Have a sweet ass time. Jobs are good.
it's just the way it goes.
Exactly.
Become farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very cool thing that happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Big ups Vruva Farm Aegina.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason.
Huge shout out to Vruva Farmegina, animal savior and human savior sometime.
Trust me.
Oh yeah, well, for the people listening, the reason we came to the island because basically George, you grew up on this island, right?
My parents grew up on this island, yeah.
yeah.
But I haven't spent that much time in Greece, you know?
Mm.
So the only time that I've actually spent in Greece by myself or something like that has always been on this island.
Mm.
So I consider this island as my home in Greece,
Yeah,
you know?
No,
Obviously
yeah.
Jürgen's home in Greece.
Yeah, just because I live most of my life, but well, it has its ups and downs. The biggest ups is the freedom you get, but it's also kind of the down because of the freedom you get, like people getting quite close to each other, caring for people's business, which is something you can grow up to, like getting along with or not giving a crap about. Depends on the person, I guess. But it's very cool in general because of this little thing, freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one
so
thing I'd say about this island as well.
Yeah.
Like lockdown has basically not affected us once.
Nah,
Other
Yeah.
than masks
No,
in the
it
shop, masks in the shops.
Masks in the shop.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
You have to do that everywhere, so it's alright.
Yeah.
No,
True, true.
Yeah, and we've been out here. We've been training, but we've also been like helping volunteer at a farm, which is like a farm for rescue animals called Ruva, and that's been like cool as fuck as well. Like giving
Yeah.
back to the community and like Jürgen, how long have you worked at Rubik's?
I've been since I was 15 because of a friend that used to work there. And then I met all the people, and since then I used to go for like 2 years, rarely, I must say, like once or twice a week or something like that. And then Alexia was like, do you want to get a job here? And I was like, yeah, I'd love that, because
That's so
I
sweet.
mean, what else could you do that's positive and actually, you know, has no bad effect in any way?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it's definitely cool. I can feel good with myself doing that.
Yeah.
So I started, and it's been like 4 years from then that I work there. So quite a time.
man,
Yeah. But time
Jesus.
flies by when you like closer to nature. I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's like so true, because
Yeah, man.
everything, for example, the animals love so much being on time, and they go so much about like time cycles and like sundowns and sunrises, that it's crazy. You have to adapt to that, so you
Yeah.
can like do that better. Otherwise animals won't be good as well, because they need their like natural cycle and things like this.
Oh, so what, do you have to like feed them at sunrise or anything like that?
At sundown, definitely.
Sundown.
This is the best for most animals. They like to go to sleep exactly at sundown, except from cats, that they get up again like at night later, or they get more active when the sundown comes. But it depends on like the health of every animal, of course. But like horses, cows, and those things definitely go down by sundown, and definitely like chickens, birds, especially when they don't see sun, they go to sleep.
Yeah.
So definitely you have to feed them one last time before they go to sleep.
Right.
And it's very good, because you just take care of something that doesn't, you don't expect anything back, which is very good, because your work is what is that you get back mostly.
Yeah.
You see an animal getting better, that's like the best thing you can
Done
get
the
from
job,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fully selfless work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not like serving humans who can be massive arseholes.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Fuck this shit.
It
Well,
is
like-
fucking cool at the farm. So
Yeah. No, yeah, I was just gonna like, when we first came, I didn't really know what kind of farm it was gonna be, but then I like, are all the animals rescue animals there? Or?
Yeah, all of the animals are rescue animals, and some of them they used to be just old, and we bought them so they can have a house. And generally, it's an adaptation center for dogs and cats, because to do a work like this, it's quite hard to make people not be specialists. So, for example, something that they can adopt is of course a dog or a cat. They can't adopt a horse, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that horses don't need help,
Right,
and
I
like
see.
they aren't in a bad situation in general. Because, for example, here in western cities we are good with dogs, we don't eat them, but some places in China they do, and some places in Europe as well eat horses. So like this is just because of culture, which is something that we need to get off to. Not that myself I am vegan or anything, but like this is kind of like treating better, or like we don't kind of need it anymore. I mean, we've evolved as species to eat meat because it was faster and we could contain it better. And now like we're in a moment that we can pretty much do whatever we want with food. So let's just go in a better situation that like takes less energy for us to eat in general. But this is something that needs to be like with the majority of the people. It can't be a war. So you have to find pretty much everybody's like likings and doesn't likings to adapt to this theory. But it's good in general. Like we don't need to harm and like harvest animals anymore. We could just
Yeah.
let them free.
Yeah, man. For sure.
That's one of the big things. Everyone at Ruve is vegan.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they make some banging vegan cakes, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
crazy. Like
So
they
good.
bring
Yeah.
so good food sometimes. I'm amazed. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've essentially been helping out on this farm for what, the past every couple of days in the past 2 weeks. Yeah.
Definitely a week or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely a week and something more.
Doing shit like building walls, like
Yeah.
carrying hay bales, like
Mm.
we cut up a path in the woods for some donkeys.
Petting cats and dogs.
Yeah, and there's
All the
so
hard work.
many dogs.
So cute, man.
You like walk into what do you call it, like a kennel or a cage or whatever,
Yeah.
and all these fucking
The
dogs
barn,
just jump
I
you.
think.
Yeah, yeah. It was
So sweet.
a crazy experience.
We'll put all the like description. In
If
like,
you want to donate
the bio,
anything,
yeah, because there's still like a charity and they need donations and
That'll
stuff
be
like
lovely.
that. Yeah.
If anyone needs a beer or anything, grab one now. We'll take a quick intermission.
Dylan,
Still set me a beer.
get us a beer.
4 beers. Yes.
And we back.
We're back, baby.
Yep. Hello again, everyone. We
Waggy,
took
waggy.
a little intermission to get beers and such.
The essentials.
Yeah, the essentials. Can't do a podcast without beer. But yeah, wanted to talk a little bit more about how mad Greece is, because there's so much cooler band and shit.
There is hella
Yeah, like some of the best spots we found are just like places that haven't been fully built, like half
Yeah.
built. Like first thing we found, we were coming down from Veruva on the other side of the mountain, just walking through the woods, and then we stumble out to the clearing, and there's just this like half built
A windmill.
house.
It was
Yeah.
just a
Oh no,
shell.
not the windmill.
Oh, we went to the windmill as well, but this was
yeah,
like
in
the
the
shell.
beginning. It's
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like the main culture of Greece, like forgotten leftover stuff. I mean, the museums and like Parthenon and things like this, it's exactly the same. Forgotten, build old stuff.
But it looked like quite recent. It wasn't like an
No, they are
ancient.
quite old. They
Really?
should probably be like 80 or 100-year-old.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they still have all the like fucking rebarbs coming out and.
Yeah, it's just preserved
Wow.
well because we
Mm.
don't have like extreme climate changes here, especially in the island.
Do you know about the hotel then?
The hotel, yeah, it was like illegal or something. They just started building it without permission.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, with the hope that they're gonna get founded throughout building it as a great like idea of
Oh.
a hotel. So they never got. They also got sued about it, and it's there. I think somebody bought it. It's a rumor. It used to be a rumor last year that somebody bought it,
Really?
Huh.
but it doesn't seem so to me.
I think it's pretty blessed that it's
Abandoned,
abandoned.
yeah.
It's such
Yeah,
a
it would.
sweet place, man. It's got so
Yeah.
many spots.
Little bit of context.
So many spots.
Agina Marina,
Agia
Agia
Marina.
Maria,
Marina.
another town on this island,
Santa Marina.
Santa Marina. Another town on this island, like what, 20-minute drive? Ish,
pretty
yeah.
much.
There is this fat abandoned hotel, and
It's so sweet.
it's so big. George told us about it, and we decided we wanted to go check it out. Just sort like, I don't think it was for training purposes strictly.
Definitely not.
No, we just wanted to check it out. But it turned out to be the god of all abandoned spots. It was
Pretty
nuts.
sure.
Yeah.
There's so many bits to do there, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was literally like, it's like you could imagine it being like a luxury hotel. It's definitely like
It was
a
huge.
multi-million-dollar fucking structure. Like it would have been
Mhm.
some crazy like luxury hotel, but it's just all
Yeah.
been abandoned. Like it's a pretty scatty spot because like there's just like glass and like
Yeah.
rubble everywhere, and like all the walls are dusty, but it's
Yeah,
still just
quite
painful.
sketchy,
There's
quite
so much,
sketchy.
so much potential.
We
there.
should start a fund page, not a fund page. We start a page of a community to get some people together and go and clean up that whole spot.
No,
Make it
because
more-
we can't clean it up. It's private, dude. It's owned. You have to buy it.
Let's buy it then.
Like
So
actually,
funny, let's
that
let's
would
buy
be
it.
like lots of money. Let's start the founding. So like it will be a funding that everyone who founds a large amount of money, they will have a room there and like infinite
Yeah.
days of parkour training, and it will be like a open parkour training building, all of it.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
just
And that-
like kind of build it, because if we
Yeah.
make it just for the potential, we won't need to build so many shit.
Yeah.
The
Over it.
shit you could do with that, man. If you just turn that
Greek
fat, like
wood.
that parking lot bit that we climbed up, we just turned that into a fat gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah, trust
It'd
me.
have like 2 floors. And
It's
It
like there's
could
levels
also
to
be
it,
a
yeah.
skate park as well,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so we can do both. And
Yeah.
like
The roofs.
skaters and
The roofs is
parkourists crowdfound this place. You own a
BMXs
free
as well.
ticket.
BMXs as well.
Yeah.
Can definitely
anyone
get
that
down
likes
there.
a ramp.
We
Yeah.
don't need that many people if you think about it. Even if all of this project costs 1.5 million, if we get like 2 million people giving us just
Only 2
$1,
million. All you 2 million people, come on, scratch what we said about Veruva, give us money.
no. Oh shit.
We should cut that bit.
But we can do both. Like we just need 3 million people.
Come on, boys. We need at least 3 million likes on that podcast. So,
No, we need $3 million.
$3 million. One like
Excuse
equals
me.
$1, one prayer.
For
Actually,
the noble cause.
I will actually look into opening the fan page. I'm
Yeah, that'd be
honest.
crazy.
Get on it, man.
That'd be
Be like-
amazing, yeah.
It'd be like a parkour paradise getaway. Or not even parkour.
Let's
but-
actually-
Would!
Yeah.
Let's actually make a video and then like hire an editor to make some nice effects of how it will be and actually make a crowdfunding for that. That is so sick. Yeah.
Bro,
I
all
would
the
love
indoor
to.
bits with bars to go through.
Mm.
Man,
So we'll turn it into a hotel / parkour training / skating
Paradise.
/ like any. It would be like Woodward, but you
We
have
can-
to come to Regina. And also, there's like a beach right next to it with cliff diving.
We'd
spots.
also like anybody with like kind of how is that building knowledge, like I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
message us
Yeah.
to get an idea of this.
recruit like what are those guys called who like do the blueprints for houses?
Architects.
Architects, yeah.
Architects. Oh yeah, shit.
Fuck, I seem so retarded,
You gonna-
but it's because of the 3 languages. Excuse me.
Yeah, let's fully get on this then, I guess.
Sweet.
I'm on it.
I'm fully on it.
Yeah.
I will dedicate
Fuck yeah.
my life to such a dream.
The only catch is if you come to the hotel, you have to work a day at Veruva.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh my.
It's a win-win.
we can make because I've seen like how Kickstarter works. So if anybody like gives us up to $10, they'll get a card that they can come to Greece. We will pay tickets for them once to come to Greece and like train in the spot. Okay, that will be the $10, and at like $1,000, if somebody gives us $1,000, they get like a week free there and shit like this.
If only, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
yeah. Like small giveaways.
Mm.
But
Small
fair
giveaways.
enough. But fair enough. I go always for fair enough. Like we don't wanna scam anybody. We actually wanna do a great spot for
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah, that'd actually be crazy.
Trust me. But for real, this
It's not even enough if you think about it. Like the numbers are with us because they are like how many 7 billion people. How many of them log into the internet and how many accounts the average human has.
but still, the amount of people that post shit and you have to sift through all that to find our thing, you know.
No, we just need. We will Kickstarter this shit and we will
Kickstarter.
We will follow back like the link under the description.
We'll be
Right
follow
here,
for follow
crowd.
every day.
So yeah, it's official. The fucking
Definitely.
Fifthunit parkour paradise.
Yeah.
As you know.
We need to
Get
make
down
it
it,
at some
you
point.
know.
I'm down to it. Ah shit.
Safe.
But the spot is unreal. I remember walking, we drove up to it, and there's like one lower down bit with a bunch of these curvy roofs, and there's one higher up bit with like stories and stories of unbuilt hotel.
Looks like a car park, that bit.
It looked
Yeah.
like a car park,
I
yeah.
reckon it was a car park.
Do you reckon it was a car park?
Nah.
It had like big old holes where there would have been
But
like
there
a
was no
ramp.
ramp
reckon
or
it would've
anything, and there
been
was a
Yeah,
lift.
you know those huge hole bits?
Yeah.
Like diagonal holes. I reckon that would have been like the ramp up to the next layer.
Yeah, because there was like elements. Oh yeah.
I guess it's elevated.
Maybe
Because there was
actually,
elevator shaft
maybe,
and
yeah.
that shaft.
Yeah.
Mm. But
But yeah, it was crazy.
So
Yeah.
it was an elevator for cars.
No,
I reckon the elevator is just for the people. So you like park at the top
But
and
they
just
were
get the elevator
huge,
down.
weren't they?
Mm.
Scary spot.
Yeah, it's this fat car park then, and we climbed to the top of that and had our lunch, and it was it was a pretty sketchy climb.
So scary.
There was like these bits of, what do you call that, like meshed metal,
The one
It's
that
like
you
a
use
like
to
grid-
make the cement.
like a grid of wire,
And it was like hooked onto a rusty old spike that you just fucking
Yeah.
climb up like
and that was just hanging down. You had to
Just
climb
scary.
up that, but to get to that, you had to climb up a pile of like precarious bricks that were like stacked up.
It wobbled when you stepped on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And like we were going, I was like, oh, this looks a bit sketchy. I don't know if I want to do this. And I just see Jürgen like, it's fun.
Fucking, yeah.
Fucking climbing up.
Yeah.
And then, so that's the like car park bit, but then below that is just like this stretching fucking spot. It's nuts. We walked into there and started going down. We found one spot and we're like, cool, let's keep exploring. Next bit, another spot. Next bit, another spot. And it was crazy because like there was so much potential there.
Yeah, it was nuts. It reminded me of like the like drone parkour video with like
One in Malta.
Eric Moore. They went
Stop.
one in Malta. They went to that spot and it's just
Yeah,
like
that
fat.
hotel's
Yeah.
mad.
It's like one of those spots where you could film an entire video there.
Yeah,
for
100%.
Like,
Sure.
I want to get some people with bigger hops than us down there.
yeah,
Mm.
it was crazy.
I'll bring Miles down.
Yeah, bring Miles.
Slay everything.
Anyone with inquiries, you know where to get, where to go. We will sort you out in an email.
Yeah.
We'll fix something for you.
Oh yeah, like we're talking on like parkour. This is the first time on the podcast we've had someone that like doesn't do parkour, which is super
Yeah.
interesting. And yeah, no, it's been cool to like talk to you about it and get your opinion. And we watched Berlingo earlier.
Berlingo.
New keeper,
Big
which
ups, man.
Yeah,
Sick ass
Yeah.
videos.
Unbelievable.
Shout out, shout
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, shout out all
So
the
good.
cute boys because that video fucking slayed. But yeah, I just wanted to get your like opinion on parkour because it's always interesting to like hear an outsider's perspective.
I mean, to me, in general, I always like see first things, the things in the most general aspect I can see them. So it seems like the most reasonable workout you could do in terms of surviving, maybe.
Yeah, I see that.
That's a good way of
Because
putting it.
it has a great potential also, like I believe out in the wild. It's just that it's way riskier. You definitely need to be a master, so then you can go out in the wild doing shit like, I don't know, whatever, climbing high trees and jumping from one to another or shit like this. But it's definitely a very interesting training, and it like definitely trains all your body, and great potential in things. Definitely can survive lots of normal day stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like think of just falling from a height, which is an everyday problem. Doing parkour solves that problem forever in your
Yeah,
life.
fair.
Maybe not forever, but it definitely gives you like a better aerial awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a way better chance of veiling shit safely.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. So yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah.
Good thing to always start, definitely recommend it.
Sick. You got the approval.
As a outlander kind of
Yeah.
aspect.
I also definitely recommend gaps.
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 Do you think
Gaps and
do
gaps.
you think you would ever get into it? Maybe not now, but if you could go back a bit, would you try and get into parkour?
Yeah, definitely.
You reckon?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You could start now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
obviously
I know.
you could still start now.
Safely though.
Yeah.
used
I
to
don't
teach
know. I have
people,
like
up
so
to
many
60s.
things in my mind in general, and it's so hard to decide something because I don't want to devote to anything kind of aspect. And
You
it's
don't-
tragic because it happens anyway. Like, if you think about devotion, either it exists in like certain time aspects, either for like a year or two, or maybe like 20 or 70, I don't know. But it either like doesn't exist at all because you have like a lifespan that just doesn't add to it, so you can't be devoted because at some point you're gonna die and your devotion will with you to anything.
You don't necessarily have to be devoted to it. You
Yeah.
could just like, I don't know, when you're bored on a day and fancy something to do, just go out and try some bits.
Definitely, but like
We should
the
have
thing
had a
here is
session
that
with the toys.
it needs like in Egina, that great spot needs to be definitely revealed. Shout out to the guys that do a Kickstarter to rebuild the old hotel in the Santa Marina, Egina. But yeah, otherwise it doesn't have that many spots. What do you guys believe?
I don't know. There's for the size of the island, there is a lot of spots. It's
Because of
almost
that
like
one thing, or like has lots of things like this.
that definitely helps.
Yeah, we found a fair few spots. We got
Yeah.
like a few down in the town,
Mm.
close to us, like an abandoned structure, a couple of abandoned structures close to us, the hotel of course, and that
Places
can't
that
be
we
all the
still haven't
spots.
been
like,
to. There is still places
yeah.
we haven't been to that
yeah,
have
there's
spots.
got to be so
Yeah.
many more
Honestly.
bits around, like abandoned shit and whatever.
Mm.
Like,
True,
a bit of
true.
the old man.
There's
True.
another abandoned hotel on the other side of the island.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Why did you tell us this?
What?
I've
Why are we
already
just
told you
going about
this.
this now?
We've told you. I've
Have
told
you
you that
been?
from the beginning. I've never been inside. No.
You've never been?
But it has some beautiful roof gaps. I can tell you that one.
Fuck!
Yeah, this one.
What
is
the hell,
definitely
man?
awesome. This one is
I have
definitely
told
awesome.
you this. I have told you this.
I guess we gotta come back to fucking Asian.
Yeah.
Bigger group this time.
Bigger group, get all the boys down after
Family.
COVID.
Oh yeah.
No, it is crazy. Like, I don't know. The community here feels very like the village. Like, I don't know. Comparing it to England,
It's almost like a town.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a small town. Like George was saying, coast to coast is like 40 minutes drive.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
for how big it is, there's amazing spots. The scenery is insane. There's like cliff diving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like fucking crazy. Like it's just a completely untapped potential. Like it was very cool to come on a parkour trip like this. Like it's one I've wanted to do for a while. Like it was pretty spontaneous, but I feel like people always go somewhere specific for that specific spot. 'cause
A
they see it in
powerful
a video.
location, yeah.
Yeah, but like it was so cool to come somewhere new and just look around the spots and just like find like that
Gems.
fucking, yeah, that
100%.
insane hotel spot.
What we're trying to say is Greek is untapped potential. Greece.
Greece.
Greece is untapped potential.
For sure,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Even in Athens, there's places around Athens that have tremendous potential, but no one to
Oh,
train
yeah.
on them.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think
Lots
it
of crap,
wouldn't
you know.
even be a problem with the police or anything. I think it would be like very well adapted to the community of
It's-
Greece. It
yeah.
would help it kind of. It would be a nice
Do you
thing.
think?
I agree.
Yeah,
I fully
maybe.
agree.
I
I
don't
fully
know.
agree.
I can't have that strong of an opinion in about so in
Yeah.
general, but it sounds definitely like a good solution, and that I don't know how it could get bad. I mean, it's just parkour. Like
People
Why
do
would-
get annoyed.
Yeah, it's the same in
Yeah.
any country.
But
like,
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just something you need to do.
I mean, we're not supporting trespassing.
but
But,
yeah,
You know, it's
But we
kind
are
of
if you're
needed.
going to
Yeah,
the
we
hotel.
like, it's
It's still
needed.
kind of a good time, you know.
Yeah, like, and even in Athens, we stayed there for like 3 days. Yeah?
Yeah.
3 days,
3
we
days,
stayed in
yeah.
Athens, and like 20-minute walk from our hostel, there was like,
3 spots.
yeah, like 3 really good spots. One really, really good spot, and then
Yeah.
like 2 other good spots. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and Athens is fucking huge. Like,
Yeah.
History.
Only
That was in a
downside,
20-minute radius.
only downside to Athens spots or Greek spots even is slippery ass walls.
Yeah.
The
Marble, yeah,
like
yeah.
the floor here, like as the walls.
It's grippy if
That's
your
a bit-
shoes are a certain kind of way. If
Yeah.
you've got any dust on those bad boys, you're slipping.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Which is kind of peak when it comes to like kind of abandoned spots. Because
But
that's the majority of the spots here are like kind of abandoned or places that aren't used anymore.
yeah,
Um,
that was the issue with the one little house we found.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
but-
it's all super dusty.
The hotel was
But-
good still.
yeah,
There's
still
no murmur there at
manageable,
all. Yeah.
yeah.
Just bring a brush.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like a PK trip, island hopping from bunch to island. We're on one tiny island.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Isn't Aegina one of the smallest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the
it's
smallest
quite
islands in
small.
Greece, and we.
And it's
Had
quite
so
cheap
much shit
as
to
well.
do.
It's one of the cheapest because it's very close to Piraeus.
It's like 40 minutes from Athens as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
by
like
ferry,
1
yeah.
hour
Yeah.
maximum if you get like the cheap boat, like the one that takes some time. But it's like what, €8, €8.50
Yeah.
from Piraeus. It's
Yeah.
like a train ticket, but
Yeah.
in most European countries, it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, trust you're paying like what? We paid not a lot of money to get out here.
No.
Like flights are like
40 quid return.
40
for me,
quid,
that was
yeah.
calm.
60 quid. I think we paid.
I
Each.
ended up 50 after the flight change, but
Yeah.
so
And then that £8 to get the ferry here, and then there's so much more. Like there's Santorini, like you know, is a safe bet. Fucking like, are you trained at spots in Rhodes?
Rhodes has a lot of untapped
Yeah.
potential as well. It has Lindos, which
Mm.
is like a mini Santorini. It's literally just a mini
is it?
Santorini, the whole place, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to
that's
do much
sweet.
training there
Mhm.
because obviously for a while now I've just trained by myself. So I've lost a lot of the motivation, which is nice to be back with you boys, obviously. Trying to hit some nicer gaps. But yeah, Rhodes definitely, Crete as well. Crete, I can fully suggest that island for whatever you want to do in your life. Just do it for Crete. Yeah, I say that.
True.
I haven't been to many other islands, but 100% from the like architectural idea of like Greece, there will be spots.
Yeah.
Confirmed that there will be spots.
And you never see it. I don't remember. Like I typed in parkour Athens. I think there was one video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, and I could find. Anytime I typed in like Greek parkour, Greece parkour, it's Santorini.
Yeah.
Every time. And I don't know if that's lack of community in Greece, like lack
Yeah.
of people out here, or just people haven't given it the time of day.
No, it's the lack of community.
Yeah.
No one's coming out of these areas. Think about
No.
it. You haven't like you have DK obviously, but he's up
Yeah.
further up. Like he's representing Greece, and people know that place. And then Santorini, you know, the in between is kind of is the fact that no one is showing it,
yeah.
which is making it difficult.
The only thing I've heard about parkour in Greece was we were training at a spot and two b-boys,
Yeah.
came up to us and they were like watching us for a bit and they were just saying like, yeah, we think it's sick. And they said that they know some guys.
Yeah, they need DK.
Was it DK?
Yeah, they need DK.
Oh, I didn't realise they
Oh,
knew DK.
No, yeah, there's like a Crete parkour competition going on at the moment that your friends.
It's not in Crete though.
It's not.
in
No.
No.
It's just a Greek person taking part in the competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that like a Greek parkour run page? Like it's called Crete parkour.
No.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Oh.
Don't think so.
Oh, what? Weird.
But yeah, there's definitely shit in Greece. Come
Yeah, man.
Greece.
For sure.
John, I'll be your personal translator, man. I'm very happy to take that role on.
You killed it
Done a
for
sweet
us.
job
Yeah.
so far.
Joseph, the Scruffy Boys.
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
We've got the Scruffy Boys. What's going on how?
Well, first off, I think Chris on the podcast explained the Scruffy Boys and the members before,
Yeah.
but would you care to reiterate
What are the members?
all the members,
Yeah.
Scruffy Boys, your whole
It's always a
thing?
tricky one to list off. I might need to refer to the phone.
Yeah,
There's like 12 of us, so
and I always find it so.
There's-
You told me the other day that you've never all met. There's never been.
there's
all the
never
Scruffy
been a
Boys.
gathering with every single Scruffy boy in one place because Will lives in New Zealand, so that's quite
Yeah.
it's quite tricky. And then we got like Cormac up in Sheffield, which is away as well.
Yeah.
And now everyone's kind of doing their own thing, like at uni and all this. So we got 6 people who train, which is me, Miles, Dodds, Bloggy, Lolek, and Brendan.
Yeah.
And then we got Jack Tierney, Finn Bognuda, Will from New Zealand, Cormac, Rufus. I think I'm missing
Did
someone.
you say Soul?
Soul. Soul. Our resident porn star, of course.
Yeah. Dude, big
Yeah,
ups.
man. So we've kind of got a bunch of boys, some who train, some who don't, but we've always kind of been vibing as a group and like, you know, we're all good friends.
Yeah.
It's a requirement, you gotta be a sick cunt.
The Scruffy Boy.
Yeah, bro, you gotta be scruffy, that's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
rate
I
that so highly about the
Oh
Scruffy
yeah,
Boys.
I've always found it sick that it's not just like a parkour team. Like you're all just.
Yeah, man.
It's just it's like a
Bunch
collective.
of
do you
Scruffy
know what I
boys.
mean?
It's just
Yeah.
the boys.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
the
it's
boys.
just
I
the
fucking
boys.
love it.
That's how it is.
We all like bring like different shit.
Yeah, man.
Like obviously like Jack doesn't train, but he like skates and films
Yeah.
like insane shit.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
Finn does incredible music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will's an all-round sick cunt. He, like does guitar and
Soul shoots
music
great
as well.
porn.
Son does shoot great porn. Pick up the fake taxi.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. Rufus also does like video stuff and cinematography
Shout out.
things with this, like all media. Lolek's becoming a physio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
we've got some good.
And is it
Good
cool
things.
to chat about the t-shirts?
Oh yeah,
Tees?
so we got some teas currently in the process. Waiting for an email back. They said today actually for when the
Chances are
teas were back in
tees
stock.
might be out
and
before
then
this is out.
Maybe that'd be a bit of luck, but it's
Yeah.
possible. It's possible. Yeah, so keep your eye out for that because some nice designs.
Yeah, I've seen them and it's
design.
fucking cool. They're fucking cool.
Should be pretty sweet.
Yeah, big up. Is there any like plans the Scruffy Boys have got? Anything?
Well, we've got kind of something in the works for, well, potentially in the works. Hopefully, we go through for next summer.
Is it?
Which
Yeah, that's the other like.
I'm
Thing
pretty
about-
sure you guys are aware of that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about
Yeah, we're talking about
right.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That should be pretty sweet. Don't know. I can't. Don't know whether to say much on that yet.
Yeah, I don't know
Feel
if we
like
should disclose
It's
it
not
yet.
quite the time.
Keep it in the back of your
but-
minds.
You know, we wanna come out with some more videos soon. Hopefully.
Mm.
Fuck yeah.
It's just tricky when everyone's so far apart, you know.
And COVID
We got-
don't make linking
yeah,
up easy
exactly,
at all. Yeah.
Exactly. Man.
Genuinely one of my favourite PK teams.
Mm.
No, I'm not gonna-
Agree.
Not even,
My
yeah.
boys.
That's what I mean. Not even a PK team. It's just like fucking. It's like a collective. It's
Yeah,
like,
we don't
Yeah.
like the word team.
Yeah, it's like a
Rather a
creative-
group or
Yeah.
I don't know what to call us really. It's
You're my
just
favourite group of
boys.
boys. Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah, like I feel like Fifthunit and Scruffy Boys are pretty like closely linked. Like
Yeah, bro.
Marcus has known Dodds for fucking ages and like Mars
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because
so-
Marcus went to uni and level
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's
Is
how
that
I met
how-
with you boys as well.
Really?
I was through Marcus because I know that Dodds and Lolek and Miles had like trained with them and stuff. And I think I've met him a couple times. And then I started working up near Gatwick over the summer, living in a caravan doing the old outdoor activity work. And then it's just a good opportunity to pop in and see you boys because it's only like 15
Yeah,
minute
man.
drive. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd come down and train with you guys and met the rest of you.
Yeah.
Came to your tree house and shit, man.
Oh my god! Don't talk about the treehouse.
Salmon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, and all you boys are like. I haven't met a Scruffy Boy I don't like ever. It's fucking sick. It's fucking
Yeah, good boys. Good boys.
good boys.
Good
boys. Right, after a quick intermission, we've decided a question to round everything off. On the trip, we've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is fucking sick. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Good time.
But we're trying to decide. It's still a tough one for me as well. I think I know what I'm going to choose, but what type of bender we'd be. So you got airbender, earthbender, firebender, waterbender, and I mean I'm not going to explain it. Watch the show. George, what would you be?
So, I'm torn between obviously the worlds of fire,
Yeah.
to be a firebender, and to be well, I would choose an airbender due to the flying, obviously,
Yeah.
and due to the fact that it's just such a beautiful kung fu style. But I'm gonna stick to fire for now, because that is the training, the kung fu training I've taken upon myself, which is Shaolin.
Okay.
That is the basis of fire bending. So yeah, fire.
Sick. Joe, have you come to a decision?
Well, it was a three-way tie.
What was the one that
No.
you weren't going to pick? Out of
Fire.
curiosity? Yeah. Okay.
Because I just break shit, you know. I don't want to be constantly breaking shit.
Discipline.
Yeah, but you could do so much more cool shit with other ones.
Yeah.
Like Earthbender, right? You can make spots. You can just train wherever the
Yeah.
fuck you want because you can just bend some fucking spots and be sorted. Although they might be a bit dusty, which is a bit of a drawback.
But it doesn't matter because you get a great grip, you have a
Yeah,
bending by
true.
your side.
Oh, fuck, that
Yeah,
changes
oh my
things. Oh.
You can just jump
Airbender.
in triple con like
Yeah, man.
instantly.
Airbender would be
Or
pretty
did you
sweet.
gotta make like ground to do that for you?
You could get a sweet run up by just bending the earth. To
Yeah.
send you
exactly.
forward.
Yeah.
Make it sand and slide.
Well, I didn't think of sand. Fuck, that's another factor, man.
Depends of how good of a bender you
Alright,
are.
I'm gonna work through them and then I'll.
This is what's
decide,
crappy
so-
though, I'm sorry to interrupt, that there is no clear way determining how the benders work out, how you work out your bending. What is
Yeah.
it that works out?
You would
for
have to
bending?
practice the different kung fu style. You would have to practice those movements to be like more sharp, you know?
Shit, so we are in a great disadvantage. The majority, George has a great advantage. 5 years of kung fu training.
That's cheating.
But sorry for the interruption.
So I was thinking airbender would be pretty sweet, but well, if you were an airbender, right, you could just sort yourself out. If you bailed or anything, you could just save yourself. You might be calm. And you could also fly, which is pretty sweet. But I'm not sure I can commit to being bold for the rest of my life. So
You have to do that. No, you don't have to. Be
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
kind of do.
It's like a monk thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Cool. I'm just
So-
gonna tattoo my head then.
I mean, yeah, so that's an option, but. And then waterbending is also pretty sweet because you can again save yourself. If you bail, you can just fucking whack a pool underneath you that you just created.
And you
It's
could
like
swim
diving.
so well.
And yeah, you could literally travel anywhere across the world because you could just fucking
So-
zip through the water so quick and just like end up in fucking New Zealand or some shit. So because of that, I think I'm gonna go for waterbender. And you can heal people. So,
Water,
Yeah.
nice,
yeah,
interesting
that'd be pretty
sex.
sweet.
Fire, water.
Mm.
Go.
I'm gonna fuck you up, bro.
This, I would happily beat any of them. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not the question.
I know, but I think I would also go with firebending. Yeah, I think it's dope. Fucking.
But there's nothing to help you in parkour. Or what?
No,
what
so
choice?
what I'm saying is,
I
they
don't
don't show
know.
it in the anime, but I'm just imagining you can use the fire for other things, like
Oh, you're talking about your Iron Man syndrome.
like the Iron Man thing for one.
Of course,
Yeah.
you can. Of course you could.
You'd have to
could,
train
but
there.
Imagine
but
all the shit you'd destroy underneath you when you fucking did it.
Depends
it's
if
just-
you're in a desert.
It's not like you're shooting
Yeah,
lava.
but-
It's just fire, right?
Yeah, but it's still gonna be fucking hot.
Yeah, it's just like a jet. It's like a jet. It's like Iron Man. It's like you make little. You can shoot jets out of your hands and feet.
That's how it worked in the anime.
No, it's not how it works in the anime. But that's what I'm gonna do. They
Oh,
just
is
didn't
it?
think
Okay,
of that.
you're just
Yeah.
gonna invent
It is how they
Okay.
work when you fight when you
The
fight
final
the
guy,
fire lord.
yeah.
Yeah, it works like that, but it's fucking huge bits of fire coming out.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
not like
Yeah,
no
because she's the
one.
fucking fire lord, man. Would you be
Yeah,
the
but-
fire lord?
and it also works on the other day of
I
the
would-
comet. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how
So
strong
you wouldn't be
are.
able to do that often, only when there's a fat comet.
Nah, just
But
that's the
still,
type of
that's
fire
not
bending
right
bending I'm
To
training.
convince
Okay.
him otherwise. I mean, if he
say so.
likes to be a firebender, that's cool, I guess.
I think it would be fucking sick. And like, waterbending's cool, cause like you said, like healing and stuff. But
Yeah, bro.
I don't know, fire's just the most rogue one. It sounds sick. And you can do lightning stuff.
Right, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
controversial.
warbender, you could just bloodbend someone if they're trying to fuck you up and be like, hey, you walk
That
the
shit's
other way.
freaky, yeah.
Off you go.
What are you saying?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it from like purely parkour terms.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't.
So like, I feel like earthbending and earthbending and airbending are probably the best for PK.
Yeah.
Because like earthbending, you can build your own spots, but airbending, like you could do a fat running pre and then like you could be like, oh shit, I'm not gonna make it, and then you just give yourself a little boost. I mean, it's a bit cheating, like, kind of cheating. I would call
Yeah.
that cheating.
Why?
It's definitely cheating. If you can fly, you can
But you
fucking
can
make
fly
it.
yourself. Only if you terrain very hard, you can fly with nothing. Otherwise, you just bend there.
Yeah.
If we're talking parkour, I'm going Earthbender any day of the week.
Yeah.
No, if we're talking PK, I'm going air, man. Air.
Yeah, fair choice.
I'm
So,
still
yeah.
going for warbender. Just go off, travel
You
anywhere,
make
bro.
best spots, you can slide through spots.
Yeah, bro. Just bend a bit of water onto your feet and like slide down a rail after a side.
Yeah, dope.
Turn into Yanis Shower, bro.
That's how he does it.
Yeah. He's a warbender. It's
I
a
reckon
secret, it's
so.
out there.
Earthbender.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
That was my second.
Because you could just
Well-
like,
you go to a country, you're traveling, there's shit spots or something. You can just like build IMAX, like wherever you are, and then
Yeah.
you just have IMAX. And you can just train.
What do you
IMAX.
want to always build IMAX?
Not always IMAX. You can do other shit.
And like the shit they do in Avatar where they can like surf the water, like almost like rollerblade. The water, the earth. And we back. There was a short intermission, but we back. Jürgen, we never got around to what bender you'd be.
Oh shit, yes. So for me there wasn't ever a question. I'd go definitely with bending.
Yeah, fair.
For the one and simple reason, flying. I know anticlimactic, but like just fly everywhere, never pay a ticket again, anything, go wherever the fuck you wish. That seems fair to me, and if that
Skylass.
means saving your head, definitely down for that.
Count me in, yeah. Sweet as. I'm glad you had an easy decision, mine was not. Yeah, safe everyone
Yeah.
if you tuned in. Hope you enjoyed us chatting shit about our time in Greece.
Yeah.
It was fucking blessed. Come down if you ever get a chance.
Been a fantastic trip, boys. I'm
Yeah,
really glad
man.
you made it out here to join me in hometown.
Yeah, we're in your ends. And thanks again, Jürgen.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Seriously.
Yes, we has.
Goodbye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Cringe.
Joseph. I'm cutting that out.